So let's keep telling our people bullying is bad. So when we say bullying is like a form of aggressive behavior in which someone intentionally and repeatedly, do you get that scope? Intentionally and repeatedly. This is something you do consistently. You do it every now and then you do it. You know it is a bad thing, but you do it. Most people know it is a bad thing, but yet they still do it. So it's to cause another person some injury or maybe discomfort. You put somebody in a very in a discomfort way, like you put somebody into a situation or position that they do not like or they do not find funny, and then we we just continually do it. We don't see a big deal in it because it suits us, or maybe we derive pleasure in it, or maybe because we don't like that person, or we just want to inflict that injury or pain or discomfort on that particular person. So that is just bullying. So it happens everywhere in the world, according to what I said. Elinino Leokabo, Ọ̀nà Sanya Adetutu Abimbola, Oluwadamilola Oyeniran Rotimi, you're welcome. Thank you so much. And then it can take any form. It can take any form, from physical contact, from words, from anything, more subtle actions. Anybody can be bullied, as I said, and anybody can bully anybody. So it's just like anybody. No lè ṣerú ẹ̀ sí anybody ló dẹ̀ lè ṣerú ẹ̀ sí èèyàn, like. So when we want to talk about bullying, as I said, it can come in any form. Some of the forms that bullying comes in, it comes in physical form, like physical bullying. Those are the ones who say they actually contains injury and physical things that you could see, like slapping, like beating somebody, like smacking, like throwing stuff at people and giving them injury, and inflicting physical things. I mean, physical injury on somebody. So those are the physical form or physical aspect of it. So it's like when you see someone with a red eye that is being slapped, either by older person, younger person, by siblings, by spouses, by parents. Bullying is bullying. One thing about we Africans, I will not lie to you, we bully a lot, especially we parents. We bully our children, and we see it as a big, as no big deal, because all these things happened to us while we were growing and when we were young, and we believe, oh, this was how our parents taught us, this was how our parents brought us up. So we don't see it as a big deal when we are doing the same thing to our children. But to let you know, things have changed so much. Things have changed so much, and there is civilization everywhere where children get to speak out or to talk or to condemn some actions of their parents, right? So, as I said, physical bullying. I can say bullying is and abuse, they are interwoven, like is like a form of abuse also. So when you bully somebody, you are abusing the person, either physically or in other forms. So abuse and bullying, they are interwoven, they are one around one. So you can hardly differentiate, like, okay, when you slap somebody, it's an abuse, right? And at the same time, it's bullying. You understand what I'm trying to say? So is it Adebola Taiwo? You're welcome, thank you. So we can say all those ones are forms of bullying. So we have a lot of them. I might not be able to mention all, but to speak about all, but I will try and mention some and at the same time speak about few of them because we have limited time, right? I can say physical bullying, like I said, the physical bullying. When we talk about physical, right? Like I said, throwing punches, slapping, beating, kicking, doing all sorts of things. At times, even throwing stuffs at people. And who are the people that can do that? You know, as I said, all siblings can do it to each other. It doesn't matter younger one or older one. At times, it might be even the younger one that is more feasting, like more stronger than the bigger one. And then they can use that to be bullying or terrorizing the older ones. Like, so quiet, cannot fight, but me, I'm physically okay, I'm good, and this, and I can beat, I can do this, I can do that, and stuff like that. So it can be from siblings to siblings, it can be from parents to children, as I said, and it can be from even spouses to each other. You know, funniest thing is, mostly we talk about the bullying of the men towards the men as a married couple, like bullying of the husbands towards the wife, but we forget to talk about the bullying of the wife towards the husband also. We can bully, you know, spouses can bully each other in any form, right? So I'll still mention some other forms that which spouses can bully themselves. But in the terms of physical aspect, spouses bullies each other. When you know, even the Holy Book said it, like the Bible said it, that women are weaker vessels. So some people capitalizes on that, especially some spouses. They know that she can't fight, she's tiny, she's this, so I can get to do anything with that I like on her. That is when you see them, you know, like any little thing you say, "Egba to jẹ lánàá ò tó ẹ." You want to start again, I can beat you, I can do that, you know, like, or maybe you just look and he's, and then you see, you can use anything to bully a spouse. But I just want to speak about the physical aspect right now before I mention go to the next one. So when I said physical bullying, those are part of it, like between a spouse is bullying. And at the same time, I said abuse and bullying, they are interwoven. So they are into each other. You know, somebody you raise your hand to touch or to smack, that's an abuse, and that is also bullying at the same time. So like a slap, some people, they will be scared to talk because they know that any little talk, igbaju, igbamuni, and then they will not be able, don't want to talk because they know they want to yeah, beat beat you up and everything. And in such ways, you know, the prey, that is P-R-E-Y. I'm not talking about P-A-R-A-Y. P-R-E-Y, that is your prey, the person that is being bullied, will now be feeling inferior, will be withdrawn, you know, the person will not be able to focus, the person will not be able to uh, 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 be talking, the person will not be able to be jovial or to be themselves as they used to be before. They will withdraw from the society as just like a snail withdrawing and coming back into their shell. They won't be able to, yes, they won't be able to talk. If it's somebody that have a vocal that's always talk, then the next thing you see the person not talking again, you'll be saying, you an extrovert, why are you suddenly becoming an introvert? You see the person not being able to talk, or even trying to look towards the person that is bullying him or her before she or he does anything. You know, when like a child in the class, uh, because it's most common within children. And one thing I want you to understand is when someone gets to be bullied when they are young, it affects their self-esteem. So it carries on from when they were younger or when they are young to when they get older or grow older, that anybody can bully them because they are subjected to bullying and they see it as a norm because they never uh, uh, come out of it, or they never stand for themselves, or they never see anybody that will help them to come out of it or stand for themselves or to speak for themselves or to defend themselves. So they find it so difficult. Those are the children that get withdrawn, that it will now go on and go on and go on. And this can escalate to some other things like depression, like any other thing, you know. It happens everywhere, all over the world. Don't say, àwọn kan ló máa ń ṣe, àwọn tribe kan. It has nothing to do with tribe, color, gender, or anything. It happens everywhere. So bullying can come in any form, in any way, right? I said about the physical, those are the beatings and stuff like that. Classmates can beat up their classmates. They already see that this one is the type that doesn't talk, this one is the type that doesn't really mingle, or she's a quiet type. They see her like someone not strong enough to face them, and then they get to bully them in any form, right? As I said, so it can be verbal at the same time. When I say when you beat and do and all those things, so you take control of that person. Say you take control of the target. So you are the one controlling. Sit down, stand up. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, my sister. They said if parents bully children, the children will not be able to speak up to the parents, and they won't be able to confide in them when they have issues going on with them. When children are being bullied at home, and there's another form of bullying happening to them in the school, they won't have that courage and strength to be able to come home and tell you as a parent that this is what I'm going through in school, because they see it as a norm that this is what they do to me in the house too, and then before you know it, somebody might see them from outside and say, so person, you used to be a very pleasant child. Why are you always glooming and blooming? Like these days you're so cool that you find it so difficult to talk and stuff like that. What is going on? And before you know it, the child will start, pouring out a mind to a stranger or someone that is not even close to the family. And before you know it, they start teaching her what to do. And those children, they can tell them to fight back or to do this and to do that, and they get more aggressive. And before you know it, a child that used to be a cool-headed child will now turn out to be something else. So that is why we parents, we have to be very careful. As I used to say, everything starts from the house. It's from the home. That's why we say charity begins at home. When a child is being bullied in school, on the way to school, coming back from school, they go to church, they take them to children's session, there are some people bullying them there, the teachers there are bullying them, and they think they can find solace in the house, like, okay, Timba Dele. And then at home again, the parents or the siblings are doing the same thing. That is when you see those children being aggressive. They see it as a normal thing, right? The ones that want to take it upon themselves. And the one that cannot fight back, they will be cool. They will just be looking at, okay, it's a normal thing to be bullied. So when they now grow old, definitely they won't turn out good, because they will see bullying as a fine thing, as a good thing. That is when you see, when they bully some people, you see some children gathering there and watching them, taking videos, shooting videos, like recording them, laughing, and like I can't find. Okay, you to do your own, you can do your own. Yeah. They see it as a normal thing, right? Which is not supposed to be like that. Yes. So nagging parents too, they use that, especially with the economy. It has nothing to do with your children. They don't know. They didn't ask you to bring them to the world. You are the one that have brought them to the world. So you should be able to cater for them. If you cannot cater for them, that's why I tell people, carry your children along. Let them know what is on ground. We have. That is why you can do some things to make them understand the situation you're facing. So if you have a compassionate child, you will know from there. If you have the ones that are not compassionate, you will know. But if you let them know that even when you are suffering, you go to extra mile to do things for them, they don't know when there is no money, because they see that every time they want something, they get it. So when there's no money, you struggle, you manage with a laughter to fake it to them that all is well. You go and borrow money, you steal money, you do 419, or you do dubious things to get money. Just because you want to please your children, you don't want to be a failure. It is better for you to let them know how you are at that tender age, so that all of you can even grow together. There are some children, they can tell you clearly that when their parents were wretched, they knew that. A friend of mine was telling me that when they were younger, their parents used to give them ogi and stew. See that combination, ogi and stew. Because you have not eaten pepper today, they will put small stew, tintini in a plate, another ogi in another plate. So when you are drinking ogi, with 4 or 5 spoons, take tiny bits of stew to put on your tongue. You understand what I mean? So how many minutes will give ma digest? But their parents made them to understand that they didn't have. Not that they went around and be borrowing. One man dragging one. So when they have, they said they cook them good meals. When they have, they will cook rice, they will do this, they will do that. And when they don't have, they'll say, I'm a manager. And the children will know that management level, everybody is a manager. But when there is money, the parent can say, I remember when I was growing up, my aunts will ask us, what are we eating today? We will debate. Majority carries the votes. That time we will know that Osegbera Galilei, Owo Tiwa. That is when we will say, issue ateni, yam and egg. That's when mommy, let's cook jollof rice. Chicken. We used to rear chicken, local fowl, local chicken. But that time we'll be demanding agric. And she will buy it for us and cook for us. That time we know that Osegbera Galilei, yes, there's money. Until about this, it's in the maybe Nagari today. And we know Nagari today. Not that you will now go and do what you're not supposed to do. So now, let me go back to the physical. We are done with the physical, like beating and stuff like that and everything. So I now come to the verbal. Verbal are the insults, name calling, negative comments, and humiliation. When you pass negative comments about people, that is bullying. Okay, the way I'm dressed now, me as a person, I'm standing in front of the mirror. I see myself before I go out and say, this is beautiful. I look so nice. This is nice. And you come and say, Kilogbeson, what is that on her neck? Like a puppy, like a jaunyibu, like an English dog. Then you you go back and look at yourself. That is bullying. When you pass insult on people, I remember when I was younger, people used to call me Ice Kumba because I have bulging eyeballs, like big eyeballs. So I will come home, I will cry. When I cry, Ojutoto Bitele, the thing will now come out and red. I will be even scared when I look at the mirror, Ojuti, because they were calling me Ice Kumba. Hey! When I grew older, they were calling me Oju Yobo. Hey, I will cry. At times, I will not cry because I was getting used to Oju Yobo. So one day, somebody just said, wow, that girl with the rolling eyeballs. I love these eyeballs. Oloju Washe. I looked again and like, which one do I believe? She Ice Kongba ni, Oju Yobo ni, or Oloju Washe. What does that mean? That is when I stood in front of the mirror. I looked at myself. I put lip gloss. I said, I'm okay. I'm not too bad. When people are complaining about my eyes, at times they'll be calling me Opaje because among my friends, I was almost the tallest and I was skinny. So they were short. They will say, Ori Opaje. Those movies when we used to watch when we were younger. All those things, I would think about them. They didn't know I was not finding it funny because I wasn't born with those. I wasn't used to passing those kind of comments at people. So I would get home, I will say, I won't talk to them, I won't work with them. But tomorrow I will still find myself in their midst. Later, I started getting used to the names they were calling me. So when they call some other people names, I will be laughing also because I was used to it. Even the person that was even talking, she would have abused herself, called herself names. called herself so many names. Emitimo Dabi, Kiniko, Emitimo. When you now see that she's calling herself names, so when she now call you names, Kilo Afeshe, you'll be looking now. You think it's a normal thing. Like, okay, it's okay. Not knowing, those are bullying, you know. So verbal, like insult, those are verbal bullying, like insults, name calling, Kiniko, why see me by bingo? You know, you come here, ejo, body shaming people, and they can say, no, all those things, those are bullying. They can be verbal abuse. At the same time, they can be bullying also. That's why I said bullying is interwoven with abuse. So, do you get it when I say that? So, verbal thing too. Yes, yes, they said all those ones insulting me and body shaming me, or all those compliments that suits me, that people that suits you, that makes you look beautiful, instead of them, because they know they don't have those features on them. Instead of them to compliment you and say, "Oh, you're beautiful, I like your eyeballs," they will condemn it so that you will be feeling inferior. You get what I'm saying? I learned a lesson. There's a sister on the program, on the page, a kid sister. She taught me a lesson. I told her one day, I said, you were the one that taught me how to compliment a woman like myself. Because women, we don't used to compliment ourselves. When men see us, boys, men, they can say, oh, beautiful girl, beautiful mama, this, that, the. When we see men, we can say, that man is handsome. But we women, do we compliment ourselves? No. This girl, whenever I get to church that time, and she says, mommy twins. Oh my God. I love the shape of your dress and your dress. Everything matches together. Wow. You're so beautiful with just your eyeballs. I love the way you put the lip gloss, very mild, not too much. You know, the way she will say it, I'll be looking at her. Initially, I was feeling uncomfortable. Abigail, you know, but it was later I got used to it, because she was so used to it to compliment people. Then I'll see her again talking to the children. Oh, beautiful girl, I love your dress. Come on. Did you say thank you to mommy? You know, all those things. At times you will see her, you see, mommy twins, I love this, your daughter's structure, very straight, very this. Okay. Then it was then I started getting used to it. And then me too, I started complimenting ladies like myself, women like myself. When I say, you look beautiful. Wow, you're stunning. Oh, so beautiful in that dress. So this, I love your makeup. I love your hair. You know, I love all those things. At times, when you say those things to some people, maybe in months or years, they have never been complimented like that. You have already made the whole year for them, because it will keep ringing on their head and saying, okay, at least I still find somebody that can still compliment me in this way, right? Maybe the person is fighting or battling with self-esteem. Then the person, you now say, wow, I love this, your outfit. You're so elegant. You're so brilliant, beautiful, so looking radiant, you know, just like a morning star, just like Kiniko. And then the person will be happy, you know, even if the person is frowning face before or not having a good day, you have already complimented her and the day is already blessed for her. But we women, we don't do that for ourselves. Instead of us to say, I love this handbag, it fits you so much and it matches your dress so well. I say, handbag, it will be done. That is when you will remember to give bad compliments about what he or she is having, instead of you to say, oh, I like this, I really love to have it. And then the person that complimented you, that abused you, will now go again and be looking for that same kind of bag. I remember when they used to complain about one president's wife, everybody knows that she had a broad shoulder. Some people were saying, she looks so masculine. Many of them went back and be doing surgery to have shoulder, bigger shoulder, part is a. You were saying she looks so masculine like a man. And then you went and be doing surgery to have the kind of shoulder that she had. You can imagine that. Some people say, look, the dimple was just too much. And you went and be paying money. I want to have it. Some went to the extent of filing their teeth to have gap teeth. Just because they want to look like somebody they are not. Right? Someone is so fair in complexion, and you want to look so fair, you start bleaching. Your own is not natural now, you know. So your own is not natural. So if it is natural, you don't have to overspend or to go to extreme to do stuff. You be on your own, right? So we use that to bully people, especially when someone is having some physical deformity or the person is having some issues in their body. Then we can use it to taunt them, to abuse them, to bully them. There's this guy, an actor, who limps on one leg. People call him by that leg. They can call him Abion. They can call him Elesekon. They can call him this. They can call him that. They think they are complimenting him. That's actually bullying. If it is done in a Western world, the person can go down for it. Yes. But we see it as a norm because we're used to being bullied and our parents did them to us. Should that continue? No. It's never too late to amend. Some of us have children that are married. Some of us have children that have even left the house already. But it doesn't matter. We can still amend. We can still retrace our steps. We can still go back and get things done properly. It's never too late. Right? Okay. Then there's another form of bullying, which is the cyber bullying, which is being done on the internet. Cyber bullying. That goes on too much, way too much. I watched a movie sometime ago. The person will come online and be recruiting children. Do not be calling them names, calling them Orishirishi. Then he will now tell them, if I were you, I would do this, I would do that. But she might be me around. Did you hear the way this one abused you? Did you hear the way that one abused you? And kini ó wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí movie yẹn. I watched it. They eventually found the guy and nailed him down. But ohun tó bàjẹ́ ńkọ́, ó ti bàjẹ́. That is why they are telling us to try as much as possible, because the internet, you cannot scrutinize the internet. You cannot control what is being posted, but you can control your own children so that they will not be bullied on the internet. Cyberbullying is bad. It's bad because if even some adults cannot condone it, some adults get to do what they're not supposed to do because they got bullied on the internet. It can be through phone, it can be through all the social medias and stuff, it can be through text messages, it can be anything, right? It can even be through drawing. Some people will sketch you, draw you somehow. So all those things, we can control our children if we still have small children, minimize the time they Like I used to tell my daughter, you cannot be glued to, because they give them tablets to use to do their own work and stuff from school, especially during the COVID time. So we had to control that. So we had to position her in a place in such a way that anybody passing by will see what she's doing on the internet. That is number one. And then number two, when she's done, we control that. Are you not done with that? When you're done, put it down. Use the TV. TV is where everybody can see. And whatever you are playing, play it a bit louder so that everybody can hear what they're saying. That way, you can control to some extent. If your child has to use a phone, I know there were digital phones, like all those the old phones we used before. Those were the ones my kids were using before they now, graduated to sophisticated ones. So you can still get them some phones that it might be your old phone that is not seeing well, that they won't even see what is going on it. It's just for them to call you or for you to call them and they pick the call. You can still do all those ones, control them. And there's even a way that YouTube has done it. When your child is under 18, you can control from your phone. You can see how much she stays on the internet, on the YouTube. Yes. I give 3 hours to 4 hours in a day during holiday. But during school time, 1 hour. And then 3 hours, you don't allow them to sit down at a stretch to spend that 3 hours. Once it is 30 or 45 minutes, you lock it off. Go and read, go and play like a child. As I said earlier, because back home, our children plays, they roll tires, we do a lot, we climb trees, we run around, we do boju, so many stuff. But these days, because of what is going on around, if you leave your children outside too long, go anymore. So parents don't have time. That's a joke, okay? Because you have to work. So that is why you can buy toys for them in the house, play with toys, do orishirishi in the house. Give them time, go and play. You have played 30, 45 minutes, okay, get up, go and do. I know all these things cannot make a child to be a saint. Don't get me wrong, but it will go a long way. These ones are what we call check and balancing, so that it will not give them liberty to just have a free hand to do whatever they are doing without being checked. You understand what I'm saying? So when a child is being bullied, when he stays too much, too long, confined in a room, where are the kids? They are locked up in their rooms on Sherembe. Do you know what they are doing? Do you see how they are watching movies? Do you see what movies they are watching? I posted something today on a Springer show. If you see it on my reels, you will see it. Cousins got married to each other, and they didn't see a bad thing in it. I'm not saying because they were being locked up in a room. No. Why I said so is we have to keep, it doesn't make your children saints, and at the same time, it doesn't make you even the best mom. Ori or and it's just grace. But do your own best. It will give those children some kind of conscience. Let's check around one note, like this one is not sounding well, it's not even looking well, so don't let me do it. Or, oh, if I do this, what will my parents feel? I would have disappointed them so much. You understand what I'm saying? So all those things, we shy away from them. We try our best as much as we can. At the same time, engage them in some other things to do. You can introduce a game, like all those old games, Tamanche. Scrabble wà bẹ́ẹ̀, Monopoly, Draft, Ludo, all those things, snake and ladder. Introduce them to a lot of fun things that can take their mind away. There was one I watched on Instagram. Children were on the school bus. They were on the school bus. They were going home, I think, and their driver had an attack, like a cardiac arrest. Do you know that all the children on that bus, none of them knew what was wrong with the driver? It was only one child. And because he was the only one that does not have a phone on the bus. This is reality. This is a real story. The boy was the only one without a phone. So he saw the driver. He quickly rushed to the driver and mashed the brake and put the car, the school bus, to a standstill before telling those ones to call 911. He was trying to resuscitate the man. Adibin E2 was on the phone. No one would have looked up to see that their driver was having an attack. And before you know it, they would have run into an accident or something. And that can claim their lives. But God made that child to be their saving grace that particular day because he doesn't have a phone. So he was watching the way the driver was driving, looking out, like you looking at him. That's what we used to do when we were younger. When you're going out, you'll be looking through the window, looking and see. Even we love to sit by the window to see what is going on, the fanciful buildings, things going on around and stuff like that. I'm not talking the one you put your hand on out of the window. I'm not talking like that. Don't swallow. But at least you want to see what is going on around you. But these days, when they are driving, as the daughter is looking at the phone, the mother, the children, it's only the driver. At the end of the day, the driver can even get bored. Only solo. But this particular day, it was because the driver was having like a cardiac arrest, like an heart attack. So the child observed that and saw the way the car was wobbling, going in and said, and then he quickly stood up and went to the driver, stepped on the brake, and then put the thing on the parking and turned out the ignition and asked those ones to be calling 911 before he was now trying to resuscitate the man before they came. And that was how they were all saved. At least in a school bus, they won't have nothing less than 20 children. And some of them might even be from the same parents. So, cyberbullying is very, very, very bad. It's like they can embarrass you, they can threaten you, they can even say, when they get to know your location or your area, they can be using that and say, I know your area, I know this, I know that. They can harass you, they can embarrass you, and those ones, it happens mostly between youths and teenagers. It happens between youths and teenagers mostly. Then all those pedophiles, they use those opportunities to get at them, especially children that don't have anybody to monitor them and to see what they are doing in the house. Somebody was they posted it on Facebook. I think I reposted it. It was some time ago, maybe sometime last 2 years. The child was like 8 or 10. I think it was 8. She was 8 or 9 or something. So these adults used to chat with her on the internet. So they disguised like all these games that they used to play with each other. So this guy disguised to be a child also. Then later on, he decided to be that girl's friend. Like, oh, my friend, oh, you're on today to play the game. You were playing the game on the internet. He was playing from his own hand. The girl was playing from her own end too. So he now said the girl should do some things, he was an adult anyway. So the girl did some things. So when he asked the girl to press this, press that, the girl did. The girl did not know that as she pressed those things, he had already given that guy the cam, like the camera to her own place. So the guy used to see her. And then the guy started chatting with her. The girl now suspected, like, this chat is becoming something else. We're supposed to be playing a game, you know. And I say, oh, I like your body, you're plump, you're beautiful, turn around. The girl will look, say. So whenever an adult is coming, maybe the mom is coming or the father, the guy will disappear. The girl will chat, the guy will not respond. So the guy now told the dad, I think the dad or the mom, and said, she told one of the parents, like, there's something weird. Somebody used to chat with me, and the parents saw the chat. The guy will start deleting. So for days, this guy didn't come online again. The girl will come. So the parents were staying around. They didn't see him. She did not. The girl will chat the guy. The guy will not respond because they wanted to know who she was chatting with. Not knowing she was seeing them, he was seeing them on the camera. So immediately the parents leave, he will chat. When the parents are coming, he will disappear and delete what he had sent. So this particular day, they called the intervention of, I think they called the police, and the police now connected them with some expert who now found out that the guy had already tapped into the camera of the laptop or the computer and was seeing them in the house. So much that the guy was telling the girl how to come out and see him when the parents were not available, or if she wanted him to come over to the house whenever they are not there. So the girl told the parents everything, and then they were on the lookout. So when they told them that they intercepted the camera, so they didn't let the man to be seeing the house anymore. So he now came online, was chatting. I said, where are you? This and that. I said, oh, I've been busy with the homework and stuff like that. I said, I've not been seeing you. Okay, press this, press that. The way he asked the girl to do the other time so that they could. Meanwhile, while he was chatting and chatting, they said the girl should keep chatting with him so that he can find the guy's location. Lo and behold, the guy was like a street or two streets to them, very close to them. She knew the parents of the girl. She knew the girl physically. She knew everything. Only that she was looking for an avenue to capture. Cyber bullying. In her own case, she wasn't bullied. She was complimented so that a pedophile, like people that takes small children, they derive pleasure in, like abusing small children, or even some of them go to the extent of, them. So this girl, that was how God saved her from that guy. But not all the children are lucky, right? So cyberbullying can lead to anything. We can try as much as possible as we parents, because I keep saying it, everything is about home. Charity must begin from the home. But when you as a mother, you are on the, child molester, you are on the phone for 8 hours, 6 hours. So what do you expect your children to do? They will do the same thing. Nobody's checking up on them. Nobody's seeing what they are doing. You're not checking their own work. You didn't go to their school to ask how far they are doing. You didn't call teachers to ask. You didn't do anything. You just let them be on their own. If you don't train them, àwọn abiyamọ ọ̀ka ọkàn gba ọmọ tọ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tá olúwẹ̀. So we have to mójútó. We pray, we fast. But do we even do what we are supposed to do as parents? We can monitor. It doesn't say we are going to deprive them of some amenities or benefits. But at the same time, technology is a blessing, and at the same time it's a curse. So we have to choose which one we want. Check and balance in it. We do it, release. It's just like a bait. You release a bit, you pull a bit, you release a bit, you pull a bit. When the child knows that mommy can bump in anytime, daddy can walk by, my siblings can walk by, they will not play what they are not supposed to play on the TV. They will be watchful and they will be mindful of whatever they watch. But the 24/7 thing, yeah, it's getting out of hand. It's even too much. It's too much. And then there is sexual abuse, sexual bullying. Yeah, it can be done repeatedly in a harmful way. That is humiliating somebody in a sexual way. Yeah, they can be touching you inappropriately. You pass, they smack your butt, they carry your boobs. It's an abuse, and also at the same time, it's a bully. It's a sign of bullying. Talking about your sexual stuff, and even that can even be tagged with inappropriate sexual comments. That's another form of bullying. When someone can say, read there, you're bullying that person. You, as a husband, you married her without children. Now she's gotten 2 or 3 for you. Run you. What is the sack? What is lad? This, what is the what do they call it to Olomugba Fomolẹ́yìn? Eh? Yet she breastfed your children, and you as the husband, when you grab that thing, you press, get off for muto. But you forgot that you are the one that did this. We don't have the same body shape. We don't have the same body structure. And we don't even have the same genes. Some people are the same shape of boobs. Some people have this way. Some people have that way. Some people, we nurture 4, 6 children. And it will even show on their boobs that they have breastfed children. And some will breastfeed just one. But you will forget that those children are yours. They are your joy. But then you'll be looking at it. What have you done to help her? Huh? I remember those days. They will buy me cream for, they call it stretch marks. All those marks that you have on your stomach when you have children. I remember when I had my twins, oh God, they were so visible that I had to use my ex went to UK and he got it for me. I asked me to be rubbing it. What did you do to help the situation? Did you buy her nursing bras? Did you take her to, even if you cannot afford to go and buy Tokumbo, wash it. Mama, so my wife, my lovely wife, my pretty baby. That thing. This dress, I love it on you. You know what? I will give you money. You go to, I can't afford the new one because it's expensive. If it is Yaba or Tejosho, go and buy a used one. I won't go stay there. We take it up like this. That is it. Instead of you to condemn and say, as beautiful as the dress, if you see that maybe the person put on a little bit and then now she's coming down, jobo is there, and you say, okay, let me register you in a gym so you can do a fitness, gym fitness, where they can do the way you can do your hand that will make it a bit firm. Or maybe I will buy you Gedu the way you park so that when you walk, you will not be, not that you now say, after 1 or 2, some will even say, my wife is not appeasing to me anymore. Are you the wife? You will cook orishi for the man. Now, the tummy is getting bulgy, coming out every day. And then you now say, Mr. Ominikun, they are outside doing body gym fitness, doing that to have 6-pack. You wanted him as 6-pack, you got him. Now you have fed him to be something else. You have blown him up. Then you'll still be complaining. GP tank. With the stomach, everything is sawole. I'm not satisfied anymore. Do you do anything to help? Change the diet. If you have to control the diet, Papa Lagbaja, I'll be my husband, my honey, my sweet pie. I'm not giving you a bar at night anymore. If you want to eat eba, anything after 5, no more eba. Eat vegetables, eat this. We know things are not, things are expensive. But there's a way you can say, okay, I will not give you big food again. I will be cutting it small, small, gradually. I will control the portion I give you. That you can do. Not that for you to complain and be passing comments that are not supposed, bullying your husband or your wife or even your children. When they are small, correct them the way they should be standing. Now that you say, oh, you do be 5 hours, you do be 6 hours. Why are you, why are you writing letters C standing like this? When you didn't control them when they were young. I be a child that when she was little or small, that she should close her mouth. And when some adults say, we are talking to them, they will almost be drooling. So how do they control their own children not to do that? So definitely when they go out, people will bully them with the mouth. And when the child is growing, is forming, is growing up, and if it's the time that used to do like this, definitely the lip will go like this, or maybe the teeth will come out, and the next thing people will be calling a shovel teeth, a bunny teeth. Yeah. So all those ones, you correct them when they are small, so that nobody will body shame them when they are older. Nobody will pass derogatory comments against them for their structure or for their shape. And teasing, when you tease people, you group of people, you gang up, that's bullying. That's bullying. That's bullying. Making fun. And it happens within children mostly. But if you train your child not to bully, I train my child not to bully, the other person trains his or her child not to bully. The children will get to school and we form a good community, good close friends. Nobody will bully anybody. When someone cannot get it right in class, the others will not gather and say, oh no, upon 20, ojú ẹja ló máa jẹ, síléètì ló máa lò, ò ní lò paper. No. The children will not gather and do that. That is not right. That is not right. So you get to train them at home. Don't bully anybody if you don't want to be bullied. Don't bully anybody. If someone has done something that is not right, call them. Try to help them. Try to assist them rather than bullying them or teasing them or making fun of them. It's not everybody that can condone that. It's not everybody that can take that. Some people cannot take it. We were not built the same way. God didn't make us the same way. We're not from the same family. We're not from the same background. We don't have the same background. We're not brought up the same way. And there's limits to human endurance. We escalate to some extent that they can take some drastic decisions that will not be nice. So that is why you have to make sure that charity that we say it begins at home, you start from home. Then when they get to school, and teachers too, they should try and say, Oriolodo, sit down, let that one answer jare, kilo more, empty score. No. When you as a teacher, that you're supposed to be a mentor, that you're supposed to be a guardian, that you're supposed to be a parent figure in school, you are the one bullying them. Definitely the whole class will gang up and do the same thing against that child. we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful, right? And there are some indirect bullying. Ẹni ọ̀kan òkè ọ̀hún, ẹni àmọ̀ tá a gbọ́dọ̀ dákọ rẹ̀. You don't have to. That's why you have to do unto others what you wish or how you wish to be treated. That's how you should treat others. Say no to bullying. Say no to bullying. Say no to bullying. Any form of bullying is bad. It's not good. It's not everybody that can take it. You see, this person said, if not for the intervention of that she intervened, like she had to stand up for her child, that they were bullying her. It's not right. It's not right. It's not everybody. You know, those days they will call you names, Orishirishi. And I remember that time, maybe you make an error, that is the name they will give you. That is the name they will give you. Maybe you make a blunder, or maybe I remember those days, we call somebody Kini Koniso, Kini Koni Komu. You know, those are the names we call people. Bullying, is just a part and parcel of our society. But we can do better. It's never too late. As I said, even if we are bullied. There was one lady that came online, was crying, because when she remembered the torture, the bullying the parents gave her when she was young, she was crying openly on the social media. She couldn't control herself. People were saying she was being petty. No, because she was never healed. She wasn't healed out of that pain, that thing. She was never healed. She was never healed. And the parents didn't see it as a big deal. You know, there are some mean parents. Your first child is your first child. She's not your house help. She's not your assistant in the house. Fine, you are supposed to teach her how to be a woman or how to be a man. You are supposed to teach them some house chores, but not to be inflicting pains on them. Some, they will turn their 8-year-old to a chef. Now they will sit and be watching movie. Hey, so, have you put it right? If I come and meet you there, won't you boil the baby? But you as a mother, what are you doing? Gossiping? Watching TV? On social media? Cyberbullying somebody else? Abusing somebody? And concerning that cyberbullying, that is when you see some people, they will just come up and write some stuff against, and say some stuff about some people. They don't even know anything about them. They don't know what they have been through. They will just come up and cook up a story and write it up or say it out. There is one trending right now that they said some people are saying somebody has a child with somebody. They are saying it openly. Now the person has taken a step further, has gotten lawyers, and has charged them to court. You that you are still struggling to eat, you go and poke your nose into what does not concern you. Even to Bajonia, you got to judge. What is your business about that? And that child they are saying all sorts of things about. Don't you know that whatever you write or say now on the social media, in the next 20 years, remembrance will still be coming. They will say, this year, 2 years ago, this year, 10 years ago, you said this, you wrote this. We have to be mindful of what we do. What will happen to us in the next 5-10 years is in our hands. It's what we are building today. What are you building to reap tomorrow? What are we building? Somebody said you must be from Ibadan. That's another form of bullying. Why? And say, because you are saying see. That's bullying. If you bully me because I'm from Ibadan, I will not take it lightly with you. That is it. They are messing people's lives, messing them up, spoiling people's marriages. Why? You come online, write rishi. Intimidation is part of it. Some people, you go on and threaten and frighten some people. You come up with somebody that have high blood pressure, with someone that have issues, that someone that has not even eaten for days. At the end, you'll be giving them this because you trouble them. If you try rubbish with me, all in the name of skits. Frighten away, you put corpse in a coffin and tell them those ones are thinking that I want fellow shisha ojo one. Then you now make the person to rise up and hold excuse me. And the person will be falling down. You know, be saying it's a skit, there's a camera. What stupid camera? I'll break that your silly camera. We should be mindful of what we do. Some we frighten them, we do it in such a way we make them obey us. Ntimba so she has to obey, she has to do what I asked her to do. And there is emotional. You see all these things we are talking about, has to do with emotion. Someone you abuse sexually, it will affect his emotion. Someone you abuse physically, you abuse verbally, someone you bully, you threaten, someone you pass derogatory message, comments about, or sexual, inappropriate sexual comments about. It has to do with their emotions. It will affect them emotionally. And when one's emotion is being affected, everything is being affected. Latori from the head to toes. That is it. And once it affects them, it's not going to only affect the victims. It will affect their homes. It will affect the environment. It will affect everybody around them. When a father is being bullied or a mother is being bullied, it will affect the whole house. She will carry stuff and drop. She will break this. She will cook, it will burn. She will forget to check what she's cooking, it will get burnt. She will cook, she will not remember to put salt. Or she will put salt and will not remember she has already put salt. She will go back and put another salt in your abaja. When she is not emotionally balanced, you call her names. You're talking to your wife. Bàbá ẹ ló bá wí, bàbá ẹ ló bá wí. Ṣé bàbá ẹ ló fẹ́ ni? Ọmọ tó bá kọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ that lacks home training will go out and abuse somebody else's fathers and mothers. If you value yours, you will not abuse your parents-in-law. You will not. You will not. Because when someone is emotionally unfit, it will affect their homes. It will affect the families. It will affect the children, husband, wives, anybody around them. The environment where they work, the environment where they stay. It will affect them. It will affect their self-esteem. They will not feel safe. Some will have it that they will not even have nothing to do with any man anymore or any woman anymore. It happens mostly among girls, fine. But nowadays, it's even happening in the homes, spouses, in between the spouses. And then you mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, that's your child's spouse. It's like a child to you too. Treat him or her like one. Treat him or her like one. Ìwọ ọmọ ìṣó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lé ṣá ṣọ́kọ ẹ̀ àbó ògbọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ àbí ìkọ́ni àbákọ́ gbà. Sending her directly or indirectly to her parents just because she married your son. Àbí because he married your daughter and say, òbí táwọn ẹgbẹ́ wà, see where you are. When you married my daughter, did you say you are going to punish her, or did you say you are going to make her life miserable? Wobi wagan sheri. Are you the maker? Are you God? Do you know what tomorrow holds for them? And at times, this thing will affect the the husband and wife, the children, that will make them to lose their marriage. All because ìyá ọkọ bàbá ọkọ tí nínú ṣùtì tí ó kàn yín sínú tí ó kàn yín. We have to be mindful of what eléyìí ló lọ gbé wá àti òro pẹ́sẹ̀ ṣe gùn. A lady was telling me in Lagos that when the husband took her home to go and meet his mother-in-law, because she was skinny, the mother was now saying in their language that, can this one carry a child? See, as flat as she was, will she have a womb? You can imagine. So, and as God will have it, first year, no child. Second year, no child. Third year, no child. The woman will still come back. Maybe I don't tell you. You go carry man like yourself. And when God opened the way, within 6 years, she had 4 boys. 4 boys within 6 years. Back to back. That there was a time when they called the mother-in-law for the 3rd child, that she just had a baby again. The 3rd one said, which day? So she don't get belay before I come out. So, Abi, she was not counting. When they had the photo, say, make una no kill me. Make una no kill me. I just come back from one of Mugo that they call me for another one. It's the Lord's doing. When your daughter-in-law is having challenges, or your husband, your son-in-law is having challenges financially, don't abuse them. Remember the days they have been good to you. Remember what they have done to you before, that they have made you happy. Remember those days. Remember you to have other sexes as your children. Bóyá ọkọ ni tiẹ̀, òun rántí pé o lọ́mọ obìnrin. Bóyá aya ni tiẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ọmọ tiẹ̀, òun rántí pé o lọ́mọ ọkùnrin. Think twice. Don't cost them their marriage. Don't let them lose their marriage just because you are their parents. Because of all these comments you pass towards them. If they are financially unstable, don't use it to cost them. It's a phase in their life. It comes and it will go. So far, they are not relenting. They are working. They are thriving. They are moving. They are doing all it takes. Just help them with prayers. If you can assist financially, assist. If you cannot assist them financially, then keep quiet and be praying for them. Don't be comparing them or condemning them. Ìgbà tó ti lọ fi ọmọ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ toothpick yìí náà mo ti mọ̀ kó máa rí báyìí. No, don't bully. There was one woman that told her story. She said her mother-in-law came and said, "You are very ugly." You can imagine. She said she felt like entering the ground. Say, "You are very ugly compared to all the girls I've been seeing. I thought my son would pick one of them." And this woman was brainy, opolo. As at the time she was telling that story, I think she had already got a PhD. If you cannot assist them. Don't add more to their injury. Ẹ má fi salt sí injury wọn. Some people can bully financially. Husbands too can bully financially. You have money, Mr. Daranijo, you will not be able to do in the house. You will go out and be doing outside. You will now come back and buy chicken, buy pepper suya, buy ukwobi, usiewu, and be eating alone. Your children will be there, you will not give them. Bullying them with money, bullying them with food. Hey. And that is the worst thing. Because you think you will ever be young, you are faking yourself. Where you are, in the next 10 years, you will be surprised the way the children would have grown. And that thing will forever be on their head, will be in their brain. When you are old and feeble, when your bones are getting weaker, those children will now be those ages. That time, they would have grown up, they would have been strong and able. But the way you treat them, or the way you nurture them or treated them at those times, will determine the way they will nurture you at that time. Please be very careful. Any form of bullying, I say it all the time, charity begins at home. We have all done it. We have all, one way or the other, missed it. But we can still retrace our steps. We can still get better. I did a program sometime when I said, can parents apologize to children? Yes. If you know you have been wicked to your children, there's no big deal. If you know you have been wicked to your daughter-in-law, your son-in-law, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, apologize. It's never too late. It might even be the ones hindering you from getting where you're supposed to be. Don't bully anybody. Bullying is bad. Say no to bullying. Tell your children, don't bully anybody in school. Don't bully anybody on your way home or at school. Don't follow your friends to bully. Some people will be, some children, boys, they will say, they will tell you to go and cajole a girl and bring a girl to them. 4 of them, they will apprehend the girl and mess her up. You will say, I did not, but you were watching. You were the one they used as a bait to go and call that girl. So you are part of them. Any gbekpoloja ojale bí ẹni tó gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ now. You are an accomplice. Tell your children, don't go and stand with them when they are doing such. Tell them not to do it. If they insist, go and tell the authority. Make sure you try as much as possible for that thing not to happen. Don't be a part of the group or that will cause pain or that will inflict discomfort on somebody else. Don't be a part of it. We have to keep telling our children that. Right? We have to keep telling them. Parents, especially, you as a father, don't pass stupid comments against your children. No. No. And then you are comparing them. Last time, you carried 15th position. Aburo Egbe first. And you think I will give you the same thing? No. I will give your junior or your kid sister 20,000. I will give you 3,000. No, don't do that. Try to see what caused it. Is it that the child that is not ready to learn, or the child cannot assimilate, or there is something bothering that child? Or is it you, the parents, that you are missing it in one way or the other? What are you doing to help? What are you doing to correct the situation? What are you doing to amend? Don't use that to bully them. That does not determine their future. That does not mean that is how it's going to be forever. adjust, amend. There are a lot of pained children outside. They are so pained. They are so sad. They are not happy with the kind of orientation and the background they had. Is it because you and your wife are no more together? You now turn the children to the grass when two elephants fight? No. Don't use a child to bully your husband. Don't use your child to bully your wife. Don't deprive them of seeing them, of the husband seeing the children because you are not together. Even if the man, the guest comes for head, the head no correct, still let him see or talk to them. If the wife, they act anyhow, let her still talk to them. Let her see them. Don't use the children to taunt each other. Yeah? We see what is going on. Because a child, a father and a mother are not together, the father did not allow the mother to go with the children. If you see that it is the mother that will take good care or better care, let her go. Even if she cannot cope financially, do the little you can do to help financially. If you see that it's the father that can do well with the children, let him go with the children. If two of you are not together, don't use children as baits. Don't capitalize on them. These children are crying. A lot is happening. So many things is happening outside. If you see the way the children are acting, things that they are vomiting, saying out, you as a parent will be ashamed of motherhood. You'll be ashamed of parenthood. Eh? Let's adjust. It's never too late. It's never too late. Call them. Talk to them. Apologize in a way or the other. If you cannot say sorry directly, indirectly. As time goes on, ask them for their opinion. Let their opinion count. Don't always command and command and command. Shori eda. Shori eda. Shori she kini sile. No, not all the time. Calling them names. Eh? Parents that have challenging children, they are not pointing accusation fingers at each other. Ilé wa lọ́mọ arìndè. Ilé tiwa àwa náà lọ́mọ olóà lọ́mọ tó fọ́ lójú. Why? Are you God? Try as much as possible to amend. Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Thank you so much. I know I have not touched everything, but the little I have touched, I hope you have learned one thing or the other. We are all guilty. As I said it, we are all guilty. We are just managing where everybody is trying to amend. Let's keep amending. Eh? Let's keep trying. The Lord will help us. Please, help me share. It doesn't matter that it's coming to an end, like the program is coming to an end, but share to people they can still watch. Yeah, bring people to Thoughtful Event 2. We don't have enough people. Let them come. That is where they can watch all these things. And you as a person, you can even send it to your contacts, your friends, your families. Yes. So when we go out, we see what is happening. You will see that our society is totally messed up. But we can amend. We don't teach them the way of God. We don't talk to them. Láyé ìgbà yẹn, we go to evening programs. We go to Sunday school. We go to house fellowship. We go to Bible study. The Muslims, they go for Quranic lesson every day. The children knows how to do Arabic. They have to chant Arabic chants. They know how to write. They teach them how to respect elders. They teach them how to talk to elders everywhere. But nowadays, what is happening? Ṣáàgbẹ̀kọ́ ni. Ṣé báwa náà ni àwa tá a wà nígbà yẹn? Báwo la ṣe wá ń tọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa? Though we know that time they used to beat us. Eh? At times our parents used to beat us wickedly. One corner society more, which has nothing to do with us. But don't let us repeat the same to our children. Eh? A lot of people are in pain. A lot of damaged children are outside there. What do they have to offer? They offer their damages to the next generation. Is that good? No, it's not supposed to be like that. Out of 100 children, you will see like 85 of them were abused. One way or the other, they were bullied. So what do you now think? It only takes, out of that 85% that were bullied, it will take only 5 of them to be able to say, oh, I want to correct this. I don't want the thing to repeat itself to my children. No, please. It's like I'm venting. Because man Camilla at times, let's just adjust. As I said, I am not accepted. I am part of you people. One way or the other. Let us amend. It's never too late. God will help us. Thank you for listening tonight. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. I thank you. Please, today's program is being brought to you by Thoughtful Events as usual. We have Thoughtful Events 1 and 2, and then we have Online Market Squad and Reality Corner, which comes on Mondays, right? So very soon, something unique will join this program by God's grace. I told you I have a lot of things by the grace of God, but we need more people, right? We need more people. We need more people. We want more people to know us, to feel what we are feeling. I mean, to enjoy what we are having. So, and that is it. This girl will not stop bothering me. Hi, they have heard me. Say hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, ma. Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening. It's nice having you today. I know it is. Bye-bye. So thank you, everybody, for having us. We really appreciate you. So till Monday that we are going to have you again with one of our topics, fine topics by God's grace. So if you have any topic or you have anybody you want to talk to us, him or her to talk to us about health, about anything, feel free to DM me and then we'll take it up from there. Our people are helping us. We are just starting, by the time we get to that ladder, then we'll say yes. We are going to be offering money. All these people are not collecting money from us. They are just helping out. That is just it. May the Lord help us. Thank you so very much for having me again. I am Oluabi or Abid Busi. If you find it amusing and very encouraging, please feel free to share. And you find it very entertaining and educative, please send it to as many people as you can. Thank you so very much. Last weekend, we had another like a contest for people that dressed well for what is it called, for Easter, right? I forgot because I'm not used to it. I forgot. It's only Edinino that used to remind me, and El Nino have been very busy with school, so I just reminded him today. I think he has posted it or he's going to post it for the 3 people that won the contest. For next week, this weekend too, look out. Another one is coming, look out. And on the 10th or on the 11th, they said that is where the Muslims are breaking their fast. On the day they are breaking their fast, if you're a Muslim, I want you to dress nice when you're going to Yidi. Take a picture and post it. I'll make a post. So under that post, you will now send your pictures. We will see the way you're dressed. I'm not talking about the one that have Christians that are not trying to cross over as a Muslim now. just because they want to. I'm talking about proper Muslims that have observed the 30 days fasting, right? So let's just keep encouraging ourselves. Thank you so very much, everybody. I still remain Oluwabi or Abedubosi. Thoughtful Events is the group. If you are not there, you are nowhere. Join us and be part of the big family. Thank you, and I love you all.